There we go. Let's see if anybody actually shows up. It's been forever since I've done one of these. Damn. I swear. Probably should have just recorded this instead of doing it live, but I figured why not. Oh. You can go to my thing, channel. Bro, really? You're the one that was wanting to take and see what's in here. Now you gonna leave the room? Are you serious? Mm-hmm. I see how it be. All right. Well, I guess. What's up, Kersey? What's up, Danny? What's up? Had a subscriber, Mr. Simon Saunders, take and send me a package. It's been a while since I've gotten anything, so I figure why not. I could have just done this as a video, just recorded me on opening the thing, but he's nice enough to send it, so I could be nice enough to at least take and do a live stream for it. So you don't have the cat in here, do you? You better not have the kitty cat in here. All right, so got some mail from a subscriber. Make sure all that's covered so you can't see his address. I'm not really worried about mine. It's Simon Saunders. He took and sent me something. He goes by Simesy in my Discord server. I'll go ahead and just open this thing up. And it says DVD, VHS, T-shirt, and sweets. So, let's see. Of course, I'd actually have to go get a legitimate knife. Oh no, I should be able to get into it this way over here. Cheers to you, Michelle. All right, what do we got here? Ooh, Doctor Who, The Ice Warriors. Now, this I have to find a VHS for, but I'm pretty sure I should be able to. I think we got one here around the house somewhere. What do we got here? Let's see. Oh, bruv. I love this. I love this. Hell yeah. I'll be wearing this in some videos going forward. Cheers to you, JL. And yeah, Danny, DIP. Been a minute, cuz. Been a hot minute. Hopefully you're doing good down there in Mobile. I know y'all got some snow, so there's that. We got So I actually got the DVD version of the VHS. So this is episodes 2 and 3. And then what do we have here? Oh wow. So I got a little pamphlet here. A little booklet. The Ice Warriors, a history of the reptiles from the Red Planet. Oh, so nice. Okay. Name is Clint, scientist in charge of stopping the second ice age from destroying the European world. Sweet. Got a good 30 something pages, maybe 40. Yeah, about 30 something pages in it of readable material. And now this is what my kids been wanting to take and see. It's one of the things my kids been wanting to see. So, Haribo Tangfastics. 10 inches. In Mobile? Bro, that's historic level stuff right there is what that is. I got a little hand over here waiting. There you go. Oh yeah. I got one thing over here. Bruh, I know you didn't, because I've been needing to replenish mine. for a while now. Hell yeah. She sent me some mustard. Now, for some of you that Danny, you might be like, why are you excited about mustard? Homie, go to Walmart, go to condiments aisle, find you some Coleman's mustard. It's English mustard. It's got a horseradish type kick to it. Oh, got little flies trying to make a scene in here. All right, and then I've also got on the back of the package here. Also got this. Cheers to you, Skull and Bones. So let's see. Heroin, yeah. Yeah, heroin for fat dudes is right. Love me some Haribo stuff. My wife took and got some Haribo the other day. I don't know if I still got I don't think I still got the package up here, but she had got me a thing of Haribo. Yeah, a thing of Haribo, some sour like gummy bears or whatever. Please read. All right. All right. I sent a package to you once before that contained British DVD, which you can play, as well as some licorice all sorts and what is that? Oh yeah, the root thesaurus. So yeah, he sent me a package before. It had quite a few DVDs in it, and I've still got most of them. I've actually took and reacted to a couple of the DVDs from a Patreon at this point. But yeah, so the package contains a British DVD replacement for VHS of Doctor Who. Along with it is the complete story of the DVD on VHS, which I assume you can access view. Yeah, we've got a VHS around here somewhere, and I've got the DVD player that's right next to me, so I'll be able to take and use that. Also, a jar of English mustard, which has a taste that many Americans believe the UK doesn't have. Is that a teaspoon? Oh, give a teaspoon to one of your kids and see how long it takes it. Bro, I think my youngest one. Yeah, History of the World Part 1 is on the list of things to take and react to. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead, and after I finish reading this little letter, I'll tell y'all movie wise what's in the pipeline. You're not getting all of it. Daddy will share though. With mommy's corn T-shirt on. How long it takes to get into their mouth, nose, and eyes, because it does with that horseradish type sensation. Finally, is a T-shirt featuring pictures and symbols of all the doctors from Doctor Who, up to and including Jodie Whittaker. All the best, Simesy. Simesy, thank you so much, homie. I tried sending the message to you before I went live. Like, this was kind of spur of the moment. I planned on doing that this tomorrow morning, but the kiddo, being a kiddo and being very demanding because she wants to try. She thought, because most of my packages have all been candy related or food related, she figured she's going to grub out, and it just ain't happening like that this go around. All right, so into pipeline for reaction purposes. So for those of y'all that have been here for a minute, you notice that shit's changed. I'm not doing the clip stuff no more. And here's God's honest reason for that. I was bored. I got tired of looking for shit. I really did. I got tired of seeing stuff that other people were taking and looking at, stuff that was similar to stuff I'd already looked at. There's only 900 times I can take and look at the history of something, or UK versus this, or the similarities and differences. Like at some point in time, that's to me, it's just too similar. And at some point in time, I've just got to get over there and experience as much of it as possible for myself. So I didn't see any point. And as far as trying to find stuff that, number one, I figure folks will take and watch, and number two, that just looked interesting to me for comedy purposes. Like all my Billy Connolly has started to take and get retroactively blocked. A lot of the Al Murray stuff has been retroactively. I've had to take and dispute stuff on it, and I'm not worried about claims. Claims is fine. I expect that, but whenever you get a block and you have to dispute it and hope that it takes and gets released 2 or 3 days later, it gets tiring. I can do the same thing with movie and TV shows, but with movie and TV shows, it's a lot easier to take and block this stuff because it's a lot easier to be like, hey, look, if you take and watch the original and you watch mine, there's definitely transformative. It's transformative. It's not either not as long, or I've got not including all the commentary and critique and everything else that I'm taking and giving within this. So it was just easier for me to take and move over to take it to TV and movies. And movie wise, like I've got to take and edit a reaction to Alien. I First time I took and watched that the other night, and then I'll bring up on my side over here. Let's see. So I've DIP Outdoors will tell you that I took and grew up in a very sheltered household. So there's a lot of stuff that I haven't seen still to this day. Like I've never seen Spaceballs. That's very soon going to be reacted to. I've seen Plane, Trains, and Automobiles, but I've never seen the movie Airplane. I've seen bits and pieces of it from stuff like the game Seen It, which I loved back in the day, but I've never actually sat down and watched the movie. So that's on the list. The new movie, the new Nosferatu movie, the movie Green Book with Marshala Ali and Viggo Mortensen, um, and the movie Blink Twice. I'm currently taking and editing a reaction to The Firm, and I've also probably within either the next week or two, probably before I get to the rest, Spaceballs or Airplane, I'll also be doing a reaction to The Pianist. So, bro, I've seriously considered taking and doing a channel called just calling it More EB, and just reacting to random stuff, whether it be politics, whether it be gaming related news, because the gaming world is kind of in flux right now. All the AAAs with there's so much pushback over the DEI type stuff, and all the stuff people claim is woke, and the fact there's a lot of folks that can't differentiate between somebody trying to tell a story and just woke bullshit. Like so, and with the election here in the U.S. and Donald Trump getting elected, and a lot of folks were like, oh, America. I'm like, bro, this time he won popular and electoral, so it's not nothing. He got both of them this go around, which hasn't happened for Republicans in a long while, which should tell you something. It's an indictment on the system here as a whole that happened. And then over in the UK, I know that y'all got, bro, the stuff that I've seen. Like, I know y'all were taking to dealing with protests and like out and out rioting, basically, a couple months ago, and it was due to, well, there's a cop that took in a cop something I think there's a kid that was taken and messed with by an immigrant or something like that, and then a cop after that arrest or something like that, a cop took and got bashed by a group of immigrants. And I know there's a lot of backlash about all that. I've seen wild statements from like the mayor of London or some shit like that, talking about wanting to take and going after folks like Elon Musk. So the fact that you can actually like used to is like, oh yeah, y'all don't have as many freedoms y'all think over there in the US. Nowadays, I'm like, I've got a rebuttal with that. At least we're not put in jail for our Facebook or our Twitter or our Instagram post, unless we're taking and showing, somebody's taking and showing that they've killed somebody. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy on both sides of everything. So I've really thought about taking and starting a channel and just going over like reacting to a lot of different stuff, but but also taking and looking at some of the different political stuff that is happening, not only here and over there, but also kind of across the world, because the world's in a state of such a flux that it's like even Canada right now, Canada, Trudeau stepped down. Um, I think the ruling party there is expected to take and lose in this next election. And the guy that's been what Pierre, I don't know his last name, but the one that's been in all the interviews and all the sound bites and stuff like that, like it seems like a lot of the world is trying to take and get away from the anti-globalist states, or at least that's the narrative that's trying to be pushed. But if you take a look at some of the other stuff that's being, pushed by the ones that are like, oh yeah, need smaller this and get out the way, it's just as nanny state type stuff. So puppet show that keeps, yeah, it's crazy. It really is. Yeah, yeah. Kendall, Kendall, I'm still alive, booger. Y'all see? If y'all hear anything in the background, my youngin's in here with me. Here, you want some more? Of course you do. Of course you do. Right, watch out with your hand. What the here? Well. Denmark. Holy crap. Cheers to you over there in Denmark. Are y'all the ones that own Greenland? Because I know Trump's supposed to be getting a hold of y'all or something. It's just wild. It's just fucking wild. And you're right. That like it's here's the problem too, because the migration being the Trojan horse, or whatever. Here's the issue, and this is y'all about to hear a bunch of stuff from me that you normally don't hear on my channel, because I try not to get in politics. This is supposed to be a happy, fun place. Everybody's welcome. Like I don't, whatever your viewpoints or whatever, everybody's welcome. I have my set of viewpoints, and really I don't like taking and projecting too much stuff out there, because I want this to be a place of love. I want this to take and be a place of you can feel safe, regardless of how your stance is, regardless of anything in life. I want people to feel safe here. You just come here to take and laugh at stuff, or take and hear some bearded jackass take and talk about your fucking favorite show. That's the whole point of this channel for me. So what I'm about to say here with the whole migration and all immigration stuff and everything like that, here's the issue. Okay, from time immemorial, there's been borders of places, and every country has either allowed or disallowed migration through their country. So a lot of folks are taking use to think, oh well, we got a job shortage, or we got this shortage. The problem is the sectors in a lot of these industries that are having the shortages, they aren't skilled labor shortages for the most part. At least not here in the U.S. In the U.S., it's more tech jobs. It's more actual like qualified. Like you got to have some kind of degree, engineering and things like that. That's what we're having shortages of. The problem is they're trying to use that excuse for stuff like construction. We don't have as big of shortages for construction as what we do others. We didn't 20 fucking years ago, whenever I was taking and doing stuff, or taking and building different things, like doing the building either roads, or taking and installing HVAC systems, taking and being on industrial sites, building pharmaceutical plants and stuff. A pharmaceutical plant in the town up the road from here, and or taking and doing road work. Like there was no shortage. The problem was there was too many people trying to apply for jobs. Now the issue is we've had two different sets of presidents that have allowed basically been very lax on illegal immigration. Now Obama, for his part, did take in his 8 years, that man took and he deported a shit ton of people, but the systems for verify identification. There we go. To verify people's IDs was fucked. My brother had to take and fight with the IRS because he wasn't able to take and file his tax paperwork, because they said he had already filed in New Mexico. We live in South Carolina. New Mexico's across the other side of the fucking country, because somebody was using his identity, his at least his social security number, and it was they wound up having to arresting the person, and they had to take and deport the guy. Now they held him for like 6 months within jail because he had broken American law. Under Biden, it's a lot of the same thing, except now not only they're not worried about identity, they're also not worried about what's people coming through at the border. So we've had depressed wages and a lot of stuff. Like if you take a look at concrete work, concrete finishing, framing, and it's one of the reasons why these houses are taking and going up like this is because a lot of people that were in framing, they've left because wages went from $24, $25 an hour in a lot of places. A lot of these companies, $15, $16 an hour. No fucking way. I want to take and frame a house for $15, $16 a fucking hour when I'm expected to put 30 up in a fucking 3 month span time. It's just not going to fucking happen. So you've got a migration. What takes the place is the cheaper labor that's come in that are willing to take and work for less. So yeah, it was over 3 million Obama deported. Oh yeah, like he deported a lot. So the problem is like, man, and here's my thing. I've got no problem when people come to this country. Like we have over 1 million people come to this country legally, which means they take and sit in line. They do all the proper paperwork. They take and pay money to take and come in. We've got this is the other thing. Oh, who's gonna take and pick? Who's gonna take and pick? Pick your vegetables in the fucking fields. Well, it's not going to be legal, motherfuckers, if you keep letting the people come in illegally, you dumb son of a bitch, because now they ain't got to take and have identity verification. The people that were coming in seasonally were coming in fucking legally, and people don't understand that fucking concept. They think it's like, oh yeah, no, and that there shouldn't be borders. There's been borders to countries, and there's been laws surrounding immigration. Like people wanted to be like, oh Jesus, and good thing. I'm like, bro, they had to take away for Pharaoh of the time to take and actually open the borders there in Egypt. So that's the reason why Joseph, Mary, and Jesus went to Egypt. And then when it was time for taxes, they come back from Egypt and went to Nazarene, where Joseph is from. Like people forget, like they try to use all these excuses, and none of it just fucking holds weight. I have no problem with immigration. And the thing is, I'm actually a little bit more liberal than a lot of conservative people I know, because if there's been no violent crime committed, the only crime they committed was they come over here without, if they jump the queue and they come over here. If that's the only crime they've fucking committed, they've been here for years, and there's a lot of them that have been here for years like that. Get them a fucking path to citizenship, because at this point they've been a productive member of society. Now, I think there need to be penalties because they come in here illegally, that they take and pay through, their tax, the taxes on them for the next 5 or 7 years or something like that. It'd be like, hey, you come here illegally, but you've been, other than breaking the law by coming here illegally, you've followed the rest of the laws. Fuck it. We're going to give you a path to citizenship. I have no problem with that. The problem is we've got too many of these places that you've got people to come here that shouldn't be here. Legit, they would have never gotten visas because they've got arrests for violent crimes in Mexico or Guatemala or El Salvador and Colombia and places in Central and South America. And they're not vetted or nothing like that. They come to the border, they try to sneak across the border, they get caught, they take and go, oh, asylum. And the fucking problem is they're the ones taking, not only did they take and put them up in a place, a lot of times these people taking, if they're not put up, they take and go to, next closest relative. They never fucking hear from them again. And then they reoffend with violent offenses here in the US. That's a fucking issue. And that's something that too many people, they're just like, oh no, they're just trying to be racist. No, it's nothing about that. What the fuck soever. And I think any country whatsoever that's not taking a look at who's coming into the country, whether it's all military-aged males, as happens in a lot of countries, people taking and coming in from places like Syria and Central, and other countries and stuff like that. It's a lot more military-aged males than it is females and kids that are coming into these places, and it's like, Something don't set right with that. Why aren't they bringing their fucking women with them? Because those motherfuckers can stay in their country. They can try to help rebuild shit, or they can send their wife and their kids. But instead, they come in by themselves. There's an issue with that kind of bullshit. Nobody, if you call it out, oh, you're a racist, you're this. No, you're just a fucking idiot. That's the problem. Nobody's willing to take objective looks or even try to take in the whole situation. So, well, see, and here's move your hand. Everybody can see your big ass hand. What are you doing? All right, that's the last bit. Move. Crackhead. Anybody want a crackhead young? And I got one right here, 11 years old. I'll take and put her in a box and ship her over to you. Well, see, that's the other thing. That's the other thing. For y'all that are there in the UK, seniors and disabled folks and stuff like that, my understanding is y'all's benefits for stuff like or the amount of money that you get for like heating and stuff like that has like been slashed in a way that it's criminal. Really. It's putting a lot of people in a bad situation. But see, and see, you're highlighting a reason why a lot of Americans are distrustful of something like a socialized system of any kind, whether it be healthcare or having a greater fallback plan for folks that are unemployed or whatever it may be. Disabled doesn't matter. The problem is you got so many people that wind up on the dole that the people that are legitimately on it, honestly, whenever cuts and stuff happen, they're the ones that are most affected by it. That's what a lot of Americans are so scared of. And I'm like, bro, it's a concern, but same point in time, there's tweaks that you can make individually for a system to fit somewhere to maybe try to, at least adjust some of those issues where if they arise, you got some way you can mitigate them or something. Like there's got to be something because like it's you can't just be afraid of something because you read something or you take and listen to idiots that's on a TV. Like you got to take and look into okay, well this is one reason why this happens. Let's maybe if we're going to integrate this. How about we take and do this to try to combat something like that happening? Like I don't understand why people can't take that kind of mindset. Captain, not me. I'd be lost without my wifey. Not even gonna lie. But see, a lot of thing is, man, too many folks taking they want to take and put anybody who's against illegal immigration in that box, which really the cause of racist, you're racist, bigot, Nazi, homophobe, all that shit's every bit of that has lost its fucking weight for the most part because it's so overused by people who disagree with viewpoints or disagree with different social stuff. Like you can you can you can not take and like the trans stuff that's going on. You can love people. You can not have a problem with them personally, but you just don't agree with it. You can take and get along with them and everything like that. But if you disagree with it, well, you're fucking transphobic, you're homophobic, or whatever at that point. That's just not the fucking case. And people, it's like in our modern society, it's so Orwellian, like 1984. It's just like they're it's so fucking stupid. It makes no sense. Like you can get along with someone that you disagree with without hating them. Like that's totally a fucking option. Like because there's so many other commonalities that everybody has. I don't matter. I don't care your fucking background. There's so many commonalities that we all take and share that we have reason to take and give a shit about somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to take and particularly agree with something at all. So there's so much of this shit that's just lost so much meaning. Right, what's up, homie? Wife, wifey's in the bathtub right now. So the fuck, it knocked me off. Not as racist, but not tell the difference between. And see, that's the thing is, man. Like a lot of the racism that you're going to take and see is going to be, veiled with good intentions. That's it. That's a large part of the problem. It's one of the reasons why DEI is being so fought against here right now. Like it's Trump won, and immediately the DEI departments in federal government, he's shuttering them, and he's laying off all of the fucking workers. And it's like the reason why is because it's exclusionary based off of race, gender, and stuff like that. Like you should never take and hire someone based off of those things. Oh, you're this, well, we're going to hire you. Merit based shit, merit based, 100%. Like you're gonna if you're able to find someone that fits whatever criteria, that's actually going to meet the criteria for the job, but being something that's being a certain race or being a certain sexual orientation should not take and be the determining factor of you getting the fucking job. That's the issue. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm so fucking thankful that we got pulled out of the Paris Accord. I'm not even gonna bullshit. Because here's the thing: if climate change, it's this worldwide issue. It's a threat to human existence. Then why the fuck are y'all motherfuckers still building shit on the fucking coastlines? If the water's expected to rise, and if we've only got a certain amount of time before shit starts really hitting the fan, oh, all this ice is melting all over. Why are you still building and insuring places that are on the fucking coastlines? Number one. Number two, why are you using a super yacht to take and go to where you need to go for these fucking meetings? Why are you not trying to kayak across the fucking ocean? Why are you getting in these jets and going from fucking Washington State or fucking Washington, D.C. to go to Paris, France, or to take and go to any, Berlin, Germany or something like that, or to the fucking UK? I'm sorry, it falls on deaf ears at that fucking point. Not only that, a lot of them, they're not taking and driving green cars or anything of that nature, and they can say they're trying to take and limit their footprint as much as they want. If that were the case, Bill Gates would have sold fucking Microsoft, because every every fucking thing to do with any kind of computer component or anything of that nature that Microsoft is wrapped up in, guess what? It takes petroleum fucking products from fossil fuels that come out the fucking ground. So it's all a lot of, it's a fucking smoke show. So much. And see, that's a whole different can of worms. I'm not even going to get into none of that right now, because that's a whole different can of worms. That there's too much evidence of stuff that, again, no problem. It should not be around, spaces with children, especially under a certain age. It just shouldn't. And granted, there's been a lot of fucking upheaval over here. People are like, oh my God, I can't believe that. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe they're taking it, dancing these shows where kids are at. I'm like, no, they're dancing at a place that's supposed to be adults only, and the adults took the kid there. So that's only the adult that took the kid. That's not on the fucking performer. There's the reason why it's an adult only show. It's like, so, but it. See, this is one of the reasons why I'm seriously considering starting another channel. Just call it More EB, and just reacting to different stuff and doing videos on different topics just to because there's a lot of crazy stuff. Like, and there's a lot of crazy stuff that comes from, again, I've got a lot of stuff, a lot of beliefs that here, oh, you're far right. But at the minute I start talking about stuff like healthcare and the way I think our social, the way I think our shit goes to, we should have more workers protections. We should have a bigger social fallback plan here for people that, especially motherfuckers been paying it for 70 years. They should not have to keep working. It just shouldn't be the case. But they're having to still fucking work because they keep upping the age for retirement and shit. Like that should none of this should be the case. So a lot of stuff I've been called a fucking communist and stuff. People are just too fucking stupid. There's not enough voices, I think, that are you understand this. You understand this side and where it's coming from. You understand this side and where it's coming from, and you agree with some of the stuff over here, and you agree with stuff that's over here. But for the most part, you're like, hey, look, calm the fuck down. And there's not enough of that type of stuff. Like seriously, especially people that react to stuff, because you take and watch people that react to stuff. It's all they're on the right hand side of everything for the most part. So, which is fine. It's a good way to make money, but 52 years before any chance of parole for killing 3 very young kids. Good fucking riddance. Hopefully he gets shanked in fucking prison. Simple as that. Army against the madman. If you're talking about who you talking about? Talking about Putin? So at that and with that, I think I'm going to take and stop everything here. Like the whole point of this was basically to take and just do the unboxing. Simesy, if you're watching, appreciate it. If you watch this afterwards, thank you, bro. If there, I don't see why you'd be worried about Trump. Like he's everything this man's talking is to try to take and get into a negotiation position. That's it. Like other than maybe taking and being like, all right, if you're not paying your fair defensive share in NATO, we might take and stop, providing as much care or whatever. But like everything he does is for negotiation tactics. So past that, y'all be good to each other. Love yourselves. Peace. And thanks for stopping in.